Today we are fixing our classic Thanksgiving green bean casserole, and we're making it a whole month ahead of time. So if you're trying to find some ways to save time on the day of Thanksgiving, then this is the right video for you and you're just gonna love it. Here are all of the ingredients and the different items that you're going to need today to fix your Make Ahead Classic Green Bean Casserole. We're going to start with our green beans. I'm going to be using 2 cans of the French cut green beans. Then we're going to have a can of cream of mushroom soup, 3/4 cups of milk. You're going to need a can of your fried onions, and then some black pepper just to taste. And I will put all of the ingredients and all the directions for this in the description section below the video. Along with your ingredients, then you're going to need a casserole dish, and along with that casserole dish you're going to need some foil, okay, and also some saran wrap or some plastic wrap. And that's it. It's a really simple recipe. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our dish all prepared so we can mix up our casserole. And remember, we're doing this as a Make Ahead casserole. So the first thing we're going to do is get our foil, and we're going to cut some strips. I've got 2 strips here. One of these strips is we're going to put in the dish horizontally. We're going to put it in, push it down on the sides. You want this to be long enough to where once we get everything in here, we're going to be freezing this, and then once we've done that, we want to be able to wrap this casserole. So you need these arms on your foil to be able to reach across and meet in the middle. Now the next thing we're going to do, put our other piece of foil here, put it down in the middle, and fold it down. Okay, there we go. Now we're ready to mix up our casserole, and this is the super easiest Thanksgiving side dish of all of them. This is just a simple classic green bean casserole. First thing we're going to do, we're going to put in 2 cans. Now if you'll notice, I've got 3 cans sitting here because when I opened up these cans a while ago, I don't know about you, but I think they're putting less in these cans. So when I opened these up, I was like, it's not quite enough. So I'm going to put 3 cans in. So I've got 3 cans here of my French cut green beans, and I'll make that adjustment for you in the description section below the video. Here's the second one. Okay. And we're going to put in 1 more. All right. There we go. So that's our 3rd can of green beans. There we go. That's all of them. Okay, now we're going to put in our 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. Let me get my other little spoon here. Let's put this in. So we got our cream of mushroom soup in here. Super, super easy casserole, but it just tastes so good. Okay, we'll mix this up. And then once we've gotten the green beans and the mushroom soup all mixed in here, I'm now going to put in the milk. Now if this had been a complicated casserole, I may have mixed all this together in a bowl and then poured that in here, because you want to make sure that we don't tear the foil on the bottom. This is a simple one. Okay. Put a little bit of milk in. Okay. I've got 3/4 cup milk. Sometimes I need to use all of it. Sometimes I don't. You just put it in and you're going to mix it until it just gets a little bit soupy, but you still want it kind of thick. Okay. And then once you've done that, we're going to take our onions. Now a lot of people just like to put these onions on top. I like to put mine inside the casserole. So I'm going to go ahead and get some of these out here and mix them inside the casserole. Easy, easy. And then we're going to put some black pepper in here. Now when you're doing this ahead of time, it's okay to go ahead and put these onions inside your casserole. You don't want to make your topping yet, okay? Because it'll get soggy when you put it in the freezer. So you just want to put the ones on the inside, and that's fine, but you'll save them. Save a few of them to put on the top. Okay, now that's all mixed together, and all that was the green beans, the cream of mushroom soup, and then milk. And I'm gonna use a little bit more. I'm use a little less than the 3/4 cup today. Okay, there we go. It's all mixed in there, and now we're gonna put some black pepper in. I like to just sprinkle it all across the top. We like a lot of seasoning. So I'm gonna put that all across the top, and now I'm gonna mix that together. Okay. And now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go and grab me a piece of plastic wrap. I'll be right back. Now what I've got here is I've got my plastic wrap, and I'm gonna get a nice long piece of this. And I'm just gonna wrap this over the top, okay? And just take your foil, kind of push your foil down, get you a nice long piece of this saran wrap here, and I'm just gonna cut it, put that across the top. There we go. Put it up under the bottom. Push it down a little bit, and now we are actually ready to go to the freezer. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to seal it down here, put this in the freezer, and we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so here we are, and we are back from the freezer. This froze actually overnight, and I've already taken off the saran wrap. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this up, and we're going to take this casserole out of our dish. Now, in order for this to come out that smoothly, some suggestions. Go ahead and put some cooking spray in the bottom of your corning dish, and then also, even a better thing than doing the foil like I've done it in 2 pieces, you can do one great big piece of foil and put that in there, and that way you don't take a chance of any of the liquid seeping through any of the cracks and possibly then causing everything to stick to your pan. So we've gone ahead now, we've taken it out, and what I'm going to do, let me lay this flat and I'm going to hold this up. There is your casserole, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to fold this over, and then we're going to take another big piece of foil and completely seal this casserole. Now, the other thing you need to remember is what casserole dish you used, because this is the casserole dish that come Thanksgiving you're going to want to unwrap this little guy and plop him right back in here and then put him in the oven. So let me get some more foil. And as I'm doing this, a couple of other suggestions. When you open this back up and you're getting ready for Thanksgiving, a couple of ingredients you may want to add. Sometimes I like to take some chopped onions, add that to it once it's melted and it's starting to cook, and also some chopped up cooked bacon is real good in here. And you want to do that when you're after you've thawed it out and you're cooking. So let's go ahead now, and we are going to fold this up one more time. I'm just going to seal it up. Let me cut this. And then we're going to be ready to go back to the freezer. Okay, here we are. We're going to fold this over. There we go. Fold this down really good. Be sure and use some heavy duty foil when you're doing this. And you want to make it super tight so you don't have any air in there. Fold this up, and here we are. We are all ready now, and this is your make-ahead green bean casserole. Now be sure and check out that next video that's popping up, and I'll see you over there in a few minutes. Bye-bye.